today is the frequency of our thoughts. It was interesting. I was having a conversation this morning about taking my singing bowls onto our boat this weekend and, kind of doing a concert for the whales. And when I used to live in Hawaii, I would often go out and play music, and the whales and the dolphins would come up to the boat. And it brings up an interesting concept that I've always understood and known about, and that is not only the frequency of sound, the frequency of our own voice, and the frequency of our thoughts. So what I want to focus on today, and part of why I wanted to do this video, is in that moment when I was having that dialogue, I wanted to say, okay, it's very cool, let's test this theory, if the whales will come to the boat based on that vibration of the singing bowls. In essence, yes, but I have this innate knowing, and I've always done this when I was out on the ocean, that you can very much call forth those animals, those mammals, as well with the frequency of your thoughts, which is very much what happened to me the previous weekend when we encountered about 1,000 spinner dolphins that followed the boat for about 5 hours. I posted some footage of that. And, previous to that experience, I was deep in prayer and meditation, and I really, really wanted to see the dolphins on that boat ride. And, without fail, 1,000 of them showed up with their babies jumping and spinning, and not just far from us, but literally underneath the boat, hundreds of them swimming around us. So, I've always understood this principle, and I try as best I can to put it into practice, but I want to share this with you now, how this works. So again, thoughts are things, and they're not just things in the sense of like, okay, this is a little bit woo-woo, your thoughts, how can they be things, and how can they carry a frequency? But just like you cannot see the quantum world, but we know that it is the underlying infrastructure of everything, just because you cannot see your thoughts, it doesn't mean that they are not affecting everything. Because just as the quantum world filters and ripples up to everything material, so when we think of something material, it's, there's a leg, there's a floor, there's glass behind me. Your thoughts are, in that same genre as the quantum world. And that's the best way I can explain it, in simple terms. So if you start to understand that in terms of your reality creation, every thought you think is calibrating at that quantum level, rippling up to literally the material world that you experience. So then, if you want to create your dream life, what is the easiest and fastest way to do so? To control your thoughts, and not in a negative way, but to think positively, to create positivity in every situation, to correct yourself when you find yourself slipping into a negative frequency. As best as you can, try to grab your thought world back and pull it into something that is resonating on a higher plane and is peppered with positivity. So much easier said than done. Another thing that really came into my consciousness in terms of social media and the constant barrage of what we are digesting into the mind. Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it high vibrational? Or is it affecting us at our thought level? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't think that the world is necessarily trying to keep us at a lower vibration. I think that through so many millennia of programming, we've learned that there's a certain entertainment output by gravitating towards the negative polarity. And there's a lot to learn from the catalyst of the negative. So I'm not discounting it in the world of totality. One of the things that the negative polarity offers is this pressure and this sort of, I would almost think it like a hot pot environment that creates discernment. So when you are in stress, when you are overwhelmed, when you are worried and fearful, two things will happen. Either the best part of your character will shine, or you'll like that snakes and ladders, you'll slip down into a negative reality. And not everybody can fight the current of that negative polarity. But if you learn to do it, you become very, very powerful in your own right. So I'm not discounting the value of what we would term tough experiences here on planet Earth. But as we grow with our wisdom and as we come into our own in terms of discernment, we start to realize how powerful our thoughts are and how magical they are as well. So when we are moving ourselves from those negative thought forms, remembering thoughts are things, into this beautiful expansion of seeing the best in others, we start seeing our world transform. And part of what we're going to see is that oftentimes truly the best of others starts to come out. And that's no coincidence, because it's the frequency. What's happening in the world around us is the frequency that we're transmitting is becoming the match to our vibrational reality. Remember, the quantum world is the infrastructure of the house you build. And so if those thoughts are stable, steady, high vibrational, then the reality that is being built on top of it is beautiful and positive and exciting and adventurous. So you don't have to forgo amazing, exciting, love-filled adventures because you want to gravitate towards the negative polarity and you want chaos and you want a lot of drama. That's not necessary. However, a lot of human beings gravitate towards that negative polarity at this certain time in Earth's history because they perceive it as entertaining and exciting and a little chaos, right? And so what we need to do is retrain ourselves into this idea that the positive polarity also offers a lot of benefits and adventure and fun. So it's that little adjustment that we can make every day, and really understanding that each and every thought you think has a vibrational aspect to it. It vibrates. It is a call. So just like you can call your friend or call into the wilderness, like a wolf howling at the moon, it has a vibration, okay? Now, the vibrations of your thought forms, you can't hear them with your ears because your ears are not meant to hear thought vibrations, but the field is meant to hear your thought vibrations. So just practice this replacement therapy when you have a negative thought that is precipitating within your nature, within your consciousness. Think about its alternative, replace it with something positive, and do this all day long. And I promise you, what you will see in terms of the quantum field and what rises up to become the material world will be more and more beautiful as you make your thoughts beautiful. Plant the seeds in your own proverbial consciousness garden, and a beautiful garden will grow. Okay, I'm going to wrap this one up. I've got to get ready to head to work, but thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.